Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. Rabbi, his disciples asked him, meaning teacher, why was this man born blind? Was it because of his own sins or his parents' sins? It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins, Jesus answered. This happened so that the power of God could be seen in him. We must quickly carry out the task assigned us by the one who sent us. The night is coming, and then no one can work. Look at your neighbor and say, the night is coming. That's the wrong neighbor. Look at your other neighbor and say, the night is coming. But I'm in position to continue for my story to be written. You may have a seat. If you would, let's dim those lights in the back. If you would. As you can see, you will find here Jesus. Jesus is right now coming out of the temple where he was about to be stoned to death because he was simply telling the truth. He was talking to the Jews, and as he was talking to the Jews, what you're going to find is that the Jews could not understand exactly what he was saying because there was this disbelief in their mind that he was really the Messiah. If you've been on a Bible study call at any length of time, go ahead and turn them off. If you've been on the Bible study at any point in time, what you're going to find is that Jesus was the one that they looked at as being the Messiah that will come and actually help them to overthrow the kingdom, overthrow the Roman government at that time so they can rule once again. If you've been on a Bible study call, then you know that the Jews were totally upset that he didn't follow through on what they thought he should, because the Messiah that they had read about in the first 5 books of the Bible and heard about through the prophets and read in Isaiah, the one that they thought was going to overthrow this kingdom, here he is walking the earth. And as he's walking the earth, they're looking and they're saying, when is the day and the time that you're going to actually overthrow the Roman government so we can rule once again? The Jews are upset because he's constantly calling himself the Messiah. Well, not the Messiah, but the one whom God sent. He's saying that I was sent by God to carry out this task. And they can't believe it because they're looking for this mighty man of God who's been doing miracles and making the blind to see and raising the sick. They're looking for him to do the miraculous, which is to once again put them in position of leadership. And here you'll find where Jesus is standing there in the temple and he's speaking to them. He's telling them that you know me not because you don't even understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. And the Jews are sitting there totally upset because they're saying to him, listen, we're children of Abraham. We know the Bible forwards and backwards. You're the one who's filled with a demon. You're the one who don't understand what's coming out of our mouths. You need to take yourself somewhere. And so he's standing there and he's letting them know, no, you ain't who you think you are, but I am who my Father says that I am. And as Jesus continued to go on, it gets to a point where they got so upset that they pick up the stones in verse 59 and they decided they want to stone him. As they prepare to stone him, Jesus slides on out and he begins to walk on through and pass them by. As Jesus slides out and pass them by, he's passing by. And as he's passing by, he sees this person that's on his list of healing that he already knew about in heaven. It was a blind man that we'll call Tyrone. As he sees Tyrone as he's passing by with his disciples, he looks and he says, this is about to go down right now because I am about to glorify my Father. And so the disciples are looking and they're trying to figure out, because of course in their tradition they believed that if you were suffering from any type of persecution such as being blind, that it was something that your parents did, their sin was actually put on you, or something that you did at the point of conception, meaning that while you were in your mother's womb. They felt as though, well, he had to do something while he was in the womb that caused this sin to fall upon him, such as blindness, or his parents were just so off the hook that the sin from them and the stuff that they did fell on their children. Here was the pit stop. I know that this youth Sunday, and I have some parents and some grandparents and some guardians and some supporters that's actually sitting out there in the audience. But I'm here to stop by and let you know that you've been taken off of the hook. God has a promise and a plan for the children that's under the sound of your voice. Don't allow the sins of your past wreck what it is that you're going to put inside of these children. Let it be for the lessons that you're ready to teach them or what not to do. Let them see that you survived the places that your butt should not have never been. When you snuck out of the house after your mother told you not to. When you began to talk back after your mama told you to shut your lips. When your grandma told you to go and have a seat but you decided to walk on outside. Remind them right now that in disobedience nothing good come out of it. So what I want to let you know, baby, is you need to be obedient in this season. Don't hide your sins from your kids. Allow them to be able to see the transparent on the inside of you so they won't make the same mistakes. So they won't fall in the same type of sin. So they won't sit up here and think that you're so holier than thou and Bible toting and you've never done anything in your whole life. One of the things I'll tell you that saved me was a transparent mother. I'm only going to get a few people because I know a lot of us want to sit on that stuff. But my mother was so transparent with me that I understood what it meant to be a virgin. My mother was so transparent with me that I understood what it was to save money. My mother was so transparent with me, I know what it was like not to have 5 or 6 different men. Because she taught me. And she showed me, baby, I know I'm saved now. I know that I love the Lord, but I got a little story to tell you. Once upon a time, not long ago, there was a woman named me on HOE Road. And what I want you to learn is that you don't have to follow in my footsteps. What happens to our children is they become blinded. And you get blindsided when they come home with a big belly. You get blindsided when they come home and tell you, and you catch them in the bedroom with the little girl from down the street. They get blindsided when they come through the door with all else on their report cards because you decided not to tell them how you decided to skip school every other day. They come in there, you get blindsided when they're... Because you decided against letting them know, baby, I had to be delivered from that thing. The Lord had to shake it off. When they come in, trust me, I've been there. One of the things I learned from the transparency of my mother and my father is how to be transparent with my sister. I don't even know why God has me here to say, even in my notes. But one of the things that I learned is to be transparent with her because it was a conversation that we had. And she said, I can't talk to you. I can't tell you anything about my life. You wouldn't understand because you've never done anything. I said, baby, have a seat because I'm about to blow your 27 piece out. Let me tell you about the times I was in high school. Let me go on back to middle school when I was 12 and he was 17. Let me go ahead and tell you about the time that I was in college. Let me tell you about the time when I had to lie on the operating table. Baby, there were some things that your mind can't handle. But the last thing I want you to think is that I'm perfect. Because I serve a perfect God and he just shined on me. Here is the deal. While you're sitting there in your perfect little seats, I want you to high five your neighbor and say, baby, my story is real. And I'm willing to share it with anybody that will listen. Tell your other neighbor because some folks don't want to share their story because they think it's going to take away from their glitz and their glam. But baby, I'm here to tell you that it don't take away from nothing God that has to do on the inside of you and how God allows you to shine. What it does is it allows you to look better day by day by day. Why? Because it pronounces your healing. You begin to tell people your story because baby, I'm healed from that situation. Yeah, my heart was broken when he left. Yeah, I felt some kind of way when they asked me out. But baby, I've been healed so I can share my testimony. That wasn't even in my notes. However, you will find where Jesus is now in this place and he's passing by this blind man. The disciples can't get past the fact that this cat is blind and they want to know who did it. There are some elements on you that didn't come down through your bloodline, but it's just some stuff that God had to do to you in order for your life to glorify God. You had to go through that stint of poverty where you had that stinky stench of always having to beg and ask for something. You had And so he looks at the disciples and he tells them, listen, it wasn't his mother, it wasn't his father, and it wasn't him, but it was for God to be glorified. There are some things that you ought to give God praise about, that in your life he's being glorified. There are some things that you ought to tell God thank you about, because there are some things that he used you for to be glorified. He could have used anybody else, but he decided to use you. Now this is where we're about to go home, as I promised. Listen to me. There's a verse that comes up in verse number 4 where Jesus looks at the disciples and he said, listen, there is a moment that is coming, which is called night. And when that moment comes, no man can work. All of my kids come right here and form a circle. There is a moment that is coming when the lights are going to be turned out. There is a moment that is coming where you will no longer be able to work. There is a moment that is coming where the casket doors is going to close and there is nothing else that you're going to be able to do. There is a moment that is coming, and what's going to happen is in that moment is that you're going to be covered and there's no work that you're going to be able to do. There is a moment that is coming and God is saying, baby, before that moment comes, I need you to start working my work. What does that look like? Well, it looks like you actually walking in your purpose. It looks like you actually doing what God told you to do. It looks like you actually going out on assignment and speaking the things God said speak. It looks like you actually standing firm on God's word and actually singing, actually prophesying, actually teaching, actually sitting there evangelizing and telling somebody else about Jesus. You're sitting here and maybe you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. But baby, let me tell you something. When the lid begins to close, the night has come and there is no more work for you. But since you still have breath in your body and you want to hear the word servant well done, this is that moment when you stand to your feet and ask God, God, what is my assignment? I'm not going to leave here until I leave completely empty. He's not done with me until he says he's done. So then I'm still here and the night is still here and I still have a moment because the light has not gone off on me. I'm going to go ahead and tell God, God is full speed ahead. I'm going to do what thus saith the Lord. Because here's what you will discover. A lot of us are not working in our assignments because we don't even know who we are. We have no idea who God really created us to be. We come in church, we leave, have a good week, go, work, home, in church, work, have a good week, home, boom, 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 every day. And God is like, but I got some work for you to do. Hey, it's me. Excuse me, hi. And you get home and he says, you are an awesome churchgoer. You are amazing in the ministries, but you never got the assignment that I wanted you to do here on the earth. You see those group of people over there? Before you came here to me, I wanted you to tell them about me. You see that group over there? Before you came, I wanted you to show them my love. And you see that person over there? I needed for you to minister to them so they can get up out of the place that they're in. See, there's an assignment for your life. But in order for you to know what that assignment is, you have to get into your word. Look at what's in your hand. What is it that I'm doing that's so great that I know that I have a passion for? What is it that God is speaking and been trying to get me to do, but I'm so scared to do? Because fear and doubt kills dreams. God has been knocking and knocking and asking and knocking. But yet we sit there and we don't answer the call because guess what? It's going to cost me something. It's going to cost me some friendships. It's going to cost me some sleepless nights. It's going to cost me being righteous when I want to be ratchet. It's going to cost me some time where I'm going to look up and guess what? My sins are going to be exposed because I'm doing what God told me to do. How do you live life when you're not doing what God said to do? I challenge you today that as you come in these doors, I pray that when the night goes out, when the light goes out, that your work here was not in vain. My prayer is that you don't be an average churchgoer and watch everybody else do everything. You know why so many of us do 7 things in church? Because people are out of place. Some people got the gift of administration, but I don't want to do it because it's field. Baby, God will move people out the way just to get you in your rightful place. Some people got the gift to preach and it look like only 2 folks in rotation. Baby, if you answer the call, God will make sure that there's room for you. So many people don't want to teach because, oh, they already got that going, it's okay. Baby, if that's what you've been called to do, God is going to make room for you. Don't you ever think because something is filled that God won't make room for you. I don't care if 15 people doing it. You're something different. You're something special. You're not wired like everybody else. God knows exactly who you are. God knows exactly what those little few folks need. And here's the thing. Even if it seems like a little bit, do it to the best of your ability. Don't worry about that it's not as big as the next person's portion because you don't know the hell that they got to go through to maintain a portion. What you need to do is worry about your peace and ensure that you're doing what God is telling you to do. I watch so many people, busybodies, but it ain't nothing for the kingdom. Everything I do is edifying me. It's edifying me, but it's nothing for the kingdom. When he talked about working the works, he's talking about working the works of God is for the kingdom. And here's the thing, we want to unlock Deuteronomy 28 blessings. We want the blessings to chase us down, to take us over. We want to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. But I constantly see us as a body chasing everything that we're asking God for versus it chasing you. And you're like, ooh, God, let me get some of this away. That's a lot. Because we're so out of place. We're just doing everything. We in these organizations, these groups, ain't none of it got anything to do with the kingdom. We're just busy. Oh, you know, yesterday, girl, I went to 5 different things. You know, that was so fun, girl. I was over here, and none of it glorifying God. Just busy. And when the lid closed, the only thing I can talk about are the organizations you were a part of. But can't nobody stand up and tell how you affected their lives to give God the glory. That drew them closer in a relationship with Christ. Where they can say, I got saved because of this person. I have a ratchet auntie, she's ratchet. I'm telling y'all, my auntie is ratchet. But I give God glory for her. Because while my whole family was in the bed asleep, she blew that horn and made sure I had a dress every Sunday and was in church. She's one of the reasons I got a mic in my hand today. She made sure it didn't matter how hard they party, how much they drink, beep, let's go. I was in her car every Sunday. I was in the choir singing every Sunday we had to sing. I was there. I was at every rehearsal. And she made it very clear, listen, keep this girl in church and working. There's something on this girl's life. And it's because of her I stand as a preacher today. Yes, I give God glory because it's him that gave me the gift. But she made sure that in spite of my environment, listen to me, kids, in spite of your environment, you can make it. I come from a mother who did drugs, a father who was just in the street, an alcoholic in the household. I come from dropouts. I was the first one to get a high school diploma.